as we have said, there are different ways of playing the game of a destructive pendulum, either by supporting it or negating it. The second option is probably the most perilous, since the desire to actively avoid a pendulum creates excess potential that can pull you into the vortex of an induced transition. Almost everyone nowadays experiences concern at some point or another about losing their job. An induced transition to finding yourself out on the street would be quite a crafty maneuver. Sometimes larger events start with something small and seemingly harmless. An initial faint signal. For example, you might hear that your company is not doing quite as well as it was before, or someone you know lost their job recently, or there are rumors at work that staff may have to be made redundant. On a subconscious level, an otherwise unnoticeable red light comes on. Shortly afterwards, you pick up on another signal, such as reports that inflation is sky high. This keeps you and those around you on their toes. People start talking about their concerns, and the unemployment pendulum is provided with a source of energy. Then there is news about an impending drop in the stock market, and the general tension increases. Concern quickly gives way to anxiety and then fear. By this time, you are already generating energy to the vibration of a lifeline, where you can see yourself without a job. If you are afraid that you will end up being one of the ones made redundant, your fear is as perceptible to others as if you were wearing a placard saying, "I might be made redundant." If you think you can hide your fear, you are mistaken. Body language and the slightest intonation in your voice say more than 1,000 words. Once you lose confidence in yourself, you become less efficient. Tasks that you found easy before seem more difficult. A certain tension seeps into your communication with colleagues who are in the same position. You take your anxiety home with you, and instead of support, you find your family begin to complain and criticize. Stress levels rise, and you are no longer an efficient employee. At this stage, you might as well be wearing a sign saying, "Waiting to be sacked." The fear of being sacked lies in a feeling of guilt, which either smolders away or burns brightly in your subconscious. They always fire the weakest employees first. If you allow yourself to consider that you might be weaker than your colleagues, you effectively write your own name into the blacklist. Let go of guilt. Give yourself the luxury of being you. If that does not work, start looking for another job, because the excess potential of your emotional worries will be dissipated by taking action. Some people start looking for another job as soon as they have taken on a new position, not because they intend to change jobs immediately, but because the idea of having a safety net makes them feel more confident. On the off chance that something unexpected does happen, they know they have an alternative avenue to follow. If you feel secure about the future, the action of balanced forces will not affect you.